Okay, so this is a podcast slash screenshot stuff of the IB economics important stuff. So let's go to it. The first thing that they want us to know about is reasons for trade, and as you can see here, these are some of the big concepts. First, you have all the definitions that you need to know, and knowing these definitions will be very helpful for the test. Then I'm using Wikibooks actually. It goes into a lot of detail about the examples, in particular absolute advantage. This is not something that they do all the time, so yeah, absolute advantage versus comparative advantage, which is a big concept in international. So let's move on to the second topic, and that's free trade and protectionism. This is a big one because they can ask you a lot of questions based on um, the evaluation. And first of all, before we move on to the for and against parts, might as well look at the definitions and the important terms as shown in Wikibooks. Uh, then they give you all the arguments for and against. If you know these, you'll be pretty much fine for a paper two. I think this is, yeah, paper two exams where you have to evaluate like you have to do in paper ones. Um, One thing that you might also want to do is collect a bunch of examples for a lot of these so that once you are faced a question like this, you'll know exactly what to do. The next thing you have is economic integration, and this is not one that I've seen very often, so it might just be me because I haven't looked at many papers yet. But yeah, a lot of definitions here. They, I don't know if they, yeah, they do. They tell you the different levels at which you have the different integration. So the EU actually it should be what is it? Eurozone, I think. I'm not sure. Uh, Full integration and all, and then yeah, there's a bunch of important stuff. Exchange rate is big. Knowing it is very helpful. You should also know how to do graphs, and this is one thing I don't like about Wikibooks because they don't give you the graphs, and yeah, that should be something they should do soon, eventually. Yeah, just know all of this. Taking a video for myself, you can use it too. The next thing is World Trade Organization. It isn't as big as you would think of it, but yeah, might as well know a couple of its aims, uh, and also some of its trade and service, what exactly it does, how it relates to integration. One thing to remember is the WTO and increasing bilateral trade, multilateral trade may become a problem, and that may be the only major thing that you need to know. But otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't really need to know much about this. Then we have the balance of payments, which is immense, and this is by far the biggest part in this section. You have the current account, the capital account, balance of trade, everything. Um, when I was learning this stuff, I didn't know about some of these definitions, and that really messed up my test scores. But yeah, you might as well do fine now that you know that I've given you all of this. Um, then we have, what is this? Wow. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff on this page, and I don't know if we need to know all of it, but exchange rates is big. Do they talk about the fiat? No, no, they don't. So, what I would advise you to do is read all of this stuff, pause in between. What else? Uh, get yourself like a diagram booklet, bunch of definitions. Yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of it, and maybe this is the most important part of the international economics section. Uh, yeah, can't wait to study it. Depreciation versus devaluation, trade flows, software market, car market, depreciation. I think these are just a bunch of examples that they've given that take up too much space. Yeah. Don't forget you can always just pause it um, or stop it or mute it or whatever works for you. There's a lot of evaluation stuff here. I don't think I ever had to do it, much of this for um, standard level, but yeah, you see it's a ton of information. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Let's move on. This is one of the biggest things. It's the analysis part. Actually, it's yeah. So if you know your balance of payments information, then you should also be able to give the evaluation part. And then this is the final bit of it, terms of trade. I never really thought it was in a standard level topic. Must be a higher level one that they've just added in. Don't know if you read everything back, but yeah. Pause. Do whatever works for you.